कितना टाइम हो गया है कि ऐसे थिएटर में सीटियां बज रही हैं, फुल थ्रोटेड विसल्स, क्लैप्स, हूटिंग, हाउलिंग जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ अ स्मॉल एंट्री. Hi, I am Pratiksha Mishra and you're listening to my review of Jailer. Rajinikanth is back. He is back and how? Rajinikanth का जो status है सिनेमा में, I'm sure there are very few people who can kind of rival that. He is literally a god, right? So in this film, you kind of see a different version of him, पर वो जो star power है ना, that is still completely intact. Rajinikanth plays the retired man Muthuvel Pandian who is now essentially sitting at home और वो ऐसे घर में छोटे मोटे काम करता रहता है, helps his grandson make his YouTube videos, keeps complaining कि एक retired army को इज्जत ही नहीं है इस घर में. And then we find out कि उसका एक बेटा है अर्जुन played by वसंत रवि जिसने एक ऐसे नेक्सस को ढूंढ निकाला है जो टेम्पल्स और या प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप से आइडल्स चुराते हैं और फिर उनको स्मगल करते हैं, बेचते हैं, whatever, that's their धंधा. Arjun, who is a cop, now decides to arrest all of them, ruin their business as cops do in these films. And like it is a story in these films, his family is now obviously under imminent threat. हमें पता है कि obviously जो गुंडे लोग हैं वो कुछ ना कुछ करेंगे which will put his family in threat. They will use that as revenge, make him stop investigating, yada yada yada. But we do find out through some very subtle scenes कि the main man, Murthuvel, isn't everything he says he is, and there is something more lurking beneath the surface. In Jailer, there are delightful cameos from Shivraj Kumar, Mohan Lal, Jackie Shroff. ये film है पूरी pan-Indian massy film, and this film genuinely under like the directing of Nelson is massy. It is just big cinema, it's loud cinema, and that isn't necessarily always a bad thing. एक जो problem है Jailer का is that the plot is quite easily like just summarizable. It's plot को तुम 2-3 लाइन में summarize कर सकते हो, and इसलिए शायद there is just a lot of random things that are happening. There's a love triangle on a film set, there's a whole caper that happens. इस सब के बिना also we could have had the story, but since plot में इतना ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं, these kind of become essential. Problem is, just because they are deemed essential in the beginning doesn't mean that they actually contribute to the movie a lot, और इसलिए उसका screenplay जो है makes you feel a little underwhelmed. First half is actually pretty decent. It's very good क्योंकि reveals are happening, action set pieces are happening, we are introduced to heroes, their friends, their connections, the danger that we see, the villain, the family, the dynamics, a lot is happening. Second half में थोड़ा सा the film loses steam. One person who does not lose steam at all is obviously naturally Rajinikanth. He is magnetic, he is powerful, he is dangerous. It's beautiful to see on screen. ऐसी छोटी छोटी चीज़ें करते हैं ना वो like flicking his specs, throwing a lighter in the air. People are hooting, screaming, and I get why. This man has a fan reaction that makes sense. Makes sense. His films rarely have any proper logic or anything, but it works because it's Rajinikanth on screen. और ऐसा इस फिल्म में भी काफ़ी हद तक होता है. Nelson as a director, his strength is writing side characters. वो अपने side characters को इतनी अच्छी तरह से लिखते हैं कि when you're watching the film, you also remember these characters along the way, and that makes a better film. That doesn't happen here. Aranthangi Nisha, for example, in Kolam Mavu Kokila wasn't the main character. Main character था ये this girl who gets into like drug smuggling and how her mother and sister deal with it. But still, her character was a part of the story and you couldn't forget it a lot. In the same way, Doctor में जितना part Redden Kingsley और योगी बाबू को दिया गया था, इस फिल्म में both the actors are there in Jailer, पर it's just not enough. They just don't get enough screen time. The most painful thing generally is how underutilized Ramya Krishnan is. Shivagami Devi, yaar, are you kidding me? There is so much talent and skill, पर नहीं, she's reduced to just this wife who's sitting at a dinner table trembling trying to figure out हो क्या रहा है. There is so much talent there. She is a star in her own might and deserved much better in this film. क्योंकि for a person who has made a film like Ola Mavu Kokila, how do you kind of bring that concept into your film Jailer कि अच्छा to be a real man, you know, to be a mard, the women of your family just have to be terrified of you, should always be listening to you. Equal marriages exist. It's okay for them to exist in our films also. It's fine. Don't have to treat everyone with a hero-villain kind of duality. It's okay. Villain se yaad aaya. The actual Nelson touch in this film comes from the villain Varma, played by Vinayakan. So good, so terrifying, so scary, so nice. It's just Vinayakan has played this role with a kind of a man meets beast kind of style, which is just bone chilling. एक जगह पे he's prowling on all fours and talking to the people in front of him, and it's truly what a well structured villain. एक भी कहीं पे भी redemption era नहीं, मतलब कोई भी redemption नहीं है इस character के लिए, and that is perfect for this film. Nelson is known for kind of stylized violence, which people have said that he might be inspired from like Quentin Tarantino's work, and that is very very evident in this film. अगर आपको वो side अच्छा लगता है Nelson के directing का, then you will really really like Jailer. Jailer का problem and greatest part is both the same. There is an over reliance on Rajinikanth. Of course, Rajinikanth carries the film on his shoulders the entire time. The cameos that we see from the other superstars are amazing. The camera work is great. Most of the music is good. At places it seems a little misplaced. The theme song that we have for Tiger is amazing and it's so well scored. पर उसी के साथ साथ द फिल्म रिलाइज सो मच ऑन रजनीकांत कि अगर रजनीकांत इस फिल्म में नहीं होते ना तो इस फिल्म में ज़्यादा कुछ होता नहीं देखने को, एंड दैट इज़ genuinely I think the most upsetting part about the film, because Rajinikanth is back and in such majestic sense, but also because the screenplay really has nothing left to give after the initial conflict is over. My rating for Jailer is 3 stars out of 5.